Thanks, Ian. Let's take a check on the teams. Watford unchanged with Tony Copen in goal, their player of the year last season. In the back four, Steve Sims and John McClellan make a solid and reliable block in the centre. The former Everton midfield man, Kevin Richardson, has been a lively newcomer this season, and Kenny Jackett will be alongside him. Up front, I expect we shall see Nigel Callaghan and John Barnes making runs from deep positions. Barnes, incidentally, has shaken off a knock he received last Saturday, with Luther Blissett and Mark Falco up front. Chelsea, by contrast, big injury worries. Goalkeeper Eddie Nijveski still got a leg injury. Tony Gordon gets another chance. Colin Pates and Joe McLaughlin both missing from the back four. Steve Clarke, a recent signing from St Mirren, makes his first full appearance alongside Steve Wicks. The midfield, though, looks a little more settled. A chance for Mick Hazard, who's been in and out of the side this season, to show his worth. And then up front, David Speedy, who trained for the first time really yesterday. He's been past fit, though, up there with his fellow Scots Gordon Durie and Pat Nevin. Our referee today comes from Wales, Howard King of Merthyr Tydfil. And one of the two Chelsea subs, remember there are two in the FA Cup, the England striker Kerry Dixon, as we know, so much in the news, and with that transfer request this week, a report incidentally that Aston Villa are prepared to spend a lot of money on him. Some reports even say £1 million. That's news to us, said Chelsea today. Corner to Watford, which Nigel Callaghan will take. Callaghan, who'd been on the transfer list for 15 months, but had a talk with Graham Taylor, the Watford manager, yesterday, and is now asked to come off it. Flick on there, and it came off McClellan's into the arms quite comfortably of Tony Gordon. Sims again. A little flick on by Richardson. Falco shot! But it's given offside. It won't count. It was a super strike, but it will not count. Well, talking a moment ago about Mark Falco, it's crossed in here, but there was an offside. A flick on by Richardson, caught on the volley by Falco, touched by Gordon, and an offside and some running repairs. I think that's Nigel Smackman. David Bardsley. It's an interesting cross. Oh, and Clarke did well. It was a difficult moment for the young defender there, Brian.
Typical Watford, smacked him from about 40-50 yards, and the defender nearly put through his own goal, actually. But it was a good move by the right back. I think he crossed the ball.
Well, that's Steve Clarke, the man just bought from St Mirren, and that Celtic were desperate to buy, but Chelsea nipped in and had an option on him first. Here's the corner for Watford. Wicks and Clarke between them getting that one away. Callaghan returning it once more. It should be Gordon's ball. He's got it, he's lost it. And this time the goal has been given. And it was Blissett who made the final touch. Furious with the referee. It was Falco right in there, and there was a little delay there, it seems to me, before the referee finally pointed. He had it and lost it, and it's got to be Blissett who claims the goal and puts Watford into the lead with 16 minutes gone. Jackett. Watford have got a problem with Luther Blissett. He's now in the centre circle. He took a knock, you may remember, 4 or 5 minutes ago, right in front of the trainers' benches. And the birthday boy, 29 today, who's already scored the only goal of the game so far, looks to be in some sort of trouble. So they'll bring Eddie Hales, the physio, on.
Strange type of position he's gone down. Footballers don't normally either kneel or crouch or anything like that. They've got something matter and either sit down or lie down. And I think he's got it in his back, you know.
I'll tell you something else, Brian. His record there of league and cup goals. In point of fact, I think he's only 7 short of a club record of 160. He's saying 155 there, but he's getting very close to a club record for the late Tommy Barnett, who got 160 goals for Watford in the 1920s and 1930s. That's some servant over 10 years, and they made a nice profit on him. They sold him to AC Milan for, I think, £1 million, and then bought him back for about half that figure.
This is football at its best on this type of pitch, and Chelsea are a battling side by normal standard.
Well, here's Dury. A shot on goal! Just past. And in fact, it was an excellent piece of keeping by Tony Coton. But a lovely piece of striking here, thinking all the way by Gordon Dury. The little chip, and just got his fingertip to it. We gather that Luther Blissett has gone to hospital for x-rays on his ribs. Not the way to spend your 29th birthday. Well, a corner then for Chelsea as they keep this pressure on Watford, looking for an equalising goal. Mike Hazard to take it. Brought Spackman right forward. And working in undetected at the moment, very late, is Steve Wicks. Speedy, a tremendous header. Dury. Oh, and Speedy almost got in there again. Wicks trying for all his work to get in there again, when it looked almost certainly that Chelsea were going to get back on terms. Umstead. Wicks after this one, but here's Dury for Chelsea. Little cross coming in. And at full stretch that time, McClellan to get it away over his own crossbar for the corner. Graham Taylor was saying in the week, Brian, that people talk about it's such an awful place to lose is Wembley. He said it's a darn sight worse in the third round of the Cup. I mean, you know that, of course. But he said also that when you've won in the fourth and you're in the last 16, that's when you really begin to think this could be your year. Well, Watford are leading 1-0. Here's Barnes, and the cross is a good one, and it looked like a shove by Callaghan on Dublin. But nothing was given, and Watford go on, and are pushed away that time by Gordon. Barnes turning it in! Oh, disallowed, disallowed.
The Watford players think he scored.
It's not, it remains 1-0. We think it must have been offside.
I'm not sure what it was actually, it happened so quickly.
Callaghan with the cross. It was a good, well, it was a desperate push away there by Godden. And Barnes returned it, but it was disallowed. Callaghan. Callaghan again. Be a Watford throw. Well, he's back again. He's scored, he's got injured, he's gone to hospital for x-rays, he's back on the ground. Luther Blissett. Now Malcolm Allen. He's turned it both ways. Good work by Godden. Callaghan against the crossbar, and then just wide by Malcolm Allen. Would have made it safe, and Watford desperately unlucky there not to score goal number 2. Malcolm Allen, who's had a really good game since he came on as a sub, rifling in that cross there, it's whacked against the crossbar by Nigel Callaghan. And it's Gordon Dury, who I think has picked up a knock along the way. Just coming into the picture there, hobbling a little bit. Well, is the stage set?
Getting a little bit of stick from the Chelsea fans. Chelsea home supporters, or whoever you support, don't like people who want to leave the club.
Well, Allen again.
I'll explain it a bit more. They think their club's the best in the country. That's how they get annoyed when people want to leave, and rightly so.
Seconds go, and there are 5 minutes now remaining, and Watford still leading by that Luther Blissett goal early in the game, 16 minutes.